Broadcasting from Slough. Streaming around the world.
This is Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Atom Radio. Oh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
The podcast.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Hello, welcome to episode 143 of the Best Bits of Breakfast podcast. This is Mark Denholm from The Breakfast Show, which you can check out live Monday to Friday, 6 until 10. Here we are, Saturday, 24th of July, when this releases, which is the Saturday after the first Friday of freedom. So I would imagine there's a lot of delicate heads this morning after people finally, after 15, 16, 17 months, got to go out last night. Finally, the big blonde buffoon allows freedom, and I bet everybody enjoyed it last night. On the way, in the podcast today, missed restrictions, beggars being choosers, misplaced interjections, a crazy reason to go viral. What would you get a PA to personally assist you with if you could? And also, messed up flyers or signs. All that and more on the way in this week's Best Bits podcast. Enjoy.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
How was your weekend? We've not really spoken that much about the weekend. How was your weekend? People will say, oh, you wasted it, mate. You wasted it. My weekend was absolutely lovely because I looked outside and I saw the blue skies and everything. But inside, I had my aircon on, and it was nice and cool. I'm not someone that can cope, really. Or it's not that I can't cope. I just don't like having to cope with when it's stupidly hot, which it is. Let's be honest. Like, there's going to be somebody that will say, oh, 31 degrees, you're an idiot if you don't like that. No. Give me spring any day. Give me like 14, 15, 16 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. Absolutely perfect for me. But 31.8 degrees at Heathrow yesterday as well. Hottest ever temperature recorded in Northern Ireland on Saturday too. So it is fair to say that it was fairly hot across the weekend.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
This morning we ask you on Freedom Day, where most of the restrictions are eased, are there any? And if there are, which ones are you going to miss? Morning, Tracy. Tracy's a sociable being. How are you, Tracy? Now that the restrictions are coming to an end, it means I'll have one less excuse to avoid people that I didn't want to see. Tracy, how many people are you trying to avoid that you don't want to see? I don't know. I mean, it sounds catastrophic, doesn't it? I'm going to have to see all these people that I don't like. What are you talking about, at work or socially or what? I suppose you can't really say at work, can you? Because, well, then you'll be very unpopular. But who are you trying to avoid, though, Tracy?
Mark Denholm.
I may have mentioned this before, but there is a Facebook group which a friend of mine added me into, and it's called Free to a New Home, Berkshire and Buckinghamshire. Now, I must admit, I've never contacted the admin about this, but it winds me up a little bit, right? Because I always assumed that Free to a New Home was people offering stuff. So, I've got a sofa, getting a new one, anyone want the old one? I thought it was that sort of thing, right? But instead, what it is, I'd say about 90% of the posts are people asking for stuff instead, all right? Now, I get that times have been tough over the last year, furlough, job losses, etc. Times have been tough, but some of them are ridiculous. Has anyone got a fish tank? Do you need fish? Are they essential? If you can't afford a fish tank, don't get fish. Some of them do really. Has anyone got a gaming chair? Sit on an ordinary chair. If you can't afford a gaming chair, sit on an ordinary chair. But then there was one yesterday. Now this, I think really, just the way it's worded, okay? Now, I'm not judging over whether it was needed or not. I really need an electric breastfeed pump. I live in High Wycombe. Please let me know when and from where I can collect it as soon as possible. Well, hang on a minute. All the shops have breast pumps. Could go and collect it from there as soon as they open. If you go to a 24-hour supermarket, some of them open at 0001 on a Monday, could have gone and collected it then. But no, post on Facebook, demand it for free, and then just, it's just like people are queuing up to give stuff away, according to this lady whose name I will not share, right? I won't share her name. But if you are on this group, you can go look for yourself. Please let me know when and from where I can collect it as soon as possible. There was a real temptation in my mind to comment and say, have you tried Tesco? It was really like the temptation was massive. And I thought, no, just bite your tongue and don't say anything, or, keep your fingers calm. But really, things like that genuinely wind me up.
Mark Denham.
atomradio.co.uk.
Today, I want to talk to you about a pet peeve of mine, and that is that I was corrected on my spelling on Twitter, but I hadn't made a spelling mistake. Favorite, favourite, that is what I wrote. And then I was corrected by an American who told me I'd spelt it wrong and went on to spell it Favorite. Well, no, I'm so sorry, you're wrong. I don't want to be pedantic or nothing here, but the language spoken in England is English. The language spoken in America is English. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that an English person would or should be able to spell it correctly. And also in the Oxford English Dictionary, you will find favourite does have a U in it, not without a U. Therefore, my question to you today, what little pedantic interjection annoys you more than anything else? Everyone does it at some point in time. They will interject, well, no, you've done that wrong, you've said that wrong, you've spelt that wrong. What interjection is it that annoys you more than anything else? Do you know what? Actually, just going back to what I was saying, a lady I follow on Twitter spelt recognise with the S, which is of course correct. An American jumped on and corrected her and said it was spelt with a Z, or indeed a Z, I suppose as they would call it, whereas they're wrong and she's right. It's English. It's therefore logical to assume that the English spelling would be the correct one. On air at atomradio.co.uk this Wednesday morning, which interjection that you have had to endure has annoyed you more than any other? On air at atomradio.co.uk.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Streaming from Slough, this is Atom Radio at 5 to 8 on a Wednesday morning. Morning, you got Mark Denham with you till 10 today, talking about annoying interjections. And Dan says, when somebody starts with, it's none of my business, but... You've already cleared it out before you even started saying it's none of your business. I agree with that, Dan. People always chip in, don't they? It's none of my business, or it's not my place to say. They'll come up with either one of those, and yet they've already sussed it, haven't they?
Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Nikki this morning says, when you get a message that says, no offence intended at the start, or please don't take offence, or this is not meant to cause offence, you know damn fine that person's about to offend you anyway, and they're just excusing what they're doing, and it really annoys me. Just send your message and don't put that at the start. It really annoys me. Do you know what? There is a story, actually, Nikki, about a volunteer within the IHA who is the statistician, and each club had a volunteer who did the game sheet, and every now and then, being volunteers, you might make a mistake, right? And he would send this email out. This email is not intended to cause offence. However, detail the mistake and then say, as such, the stats are suspended until the mistake is corrected. Well, you've already noted it. Why didn't you just correct it anyway?
Mark Denham.
atomradio.co.uk.
6:25 Thursday morning, Atom Radio. I did say, here am I, loud, proud, standing out from the crowd, playing the music you want to hear, right? That's what I do. Whereas if I wanted to go viral, a professional cleaner has gone viral by sharing a video of how to clean the toilet. And the massive part in this is a woman from Melbourne has made this video. She's on TikTok. She's made this video. The most important part of all of this is that you have to leave your supermarket cleaning products on the toilet for 10 minutes. So basically, this woman has gone viral just by following, literally, the instructions on the cleaning products. That's it. Leave it on the toilet for 10 minutes. That's how she's gone viral. Here am I, sat here, getting up early in the morning. I bet she doesn't get up at 5 in the morning. Here am I sat here playing the music you want to hear, not going viral, whereas somebody who can clean a toilet just by reading the instructions and gone viral. That's just not fair, is it?
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Helping you out, generally here, helping you out. Has your Wi-Fi slowed down? Virgin Media has urged customers to keep their broadband routers out of direct sunlight to avoid overheating and slowing down connection speeds. You can thank me later for that one if it applies to you.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
This morning I'm asking you if you could have a personal assistant personally assist you, but only to do just one specific thing. What would that one thing be? Morning, Lizzie. Thank you for your email. I empathise with you on this, but for a totally different reason. Lizzie says if I could have a personal assistant, they would wash and condition my hair. Not because I can't be bothered to do it, but because when you do it, you can never do it as well as the hairdresser does. And obviously I only go to the hairdresser every 5 or 6 weeks. And I love when they wash and condition my hair, when they give you the scalp massage and all that. I love that. I'm actually doing the actions with my hands at the moment. I don't know why, because you can't see me. But yeah, I would have a personal assistant to do that for me every time my hair is washed every day. And do you know what, Lizzie? For a totally different reason, I agree with you on that. As a bald man, I always just shave what's left of my hair myself, and I just run a bit of shower gel over my bald head. I would absolutely love somebody to come and massage my head for me. I'd be very, very happy with that if they could come and pretend they were washing my hair and you know, instead just washing my bald head. We'd be all good.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
6:16 Friday on Atom Radio. A man, a bit of a prude if you ask me, a man has been ridiculed after threatening to report his female neighbour for antisocial behaviour. What did the female neighbour do? She sunbathed in a bikini in the communal garden. I think, therefore, the man is a bit of a prude.
Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
First this morning we're asking you about signs that you have seen that have either fallen apart to change their meaning or have been vandalised to change their meaning following the discovery of a missing O on a sign for the County Music Bar. You can work that out for yourself. The O in County has fallen off and given it a somewhat different meaning. Morning, Dave. Dave says this isn't a sign, it's a flyer, and someone must have taken ages to do this, but I remember seeing flyers for an estate agent which said sold it, then had the estate agent's details underneath so you could visit their website, you could contact them and that. Somebody had spent ages folding up all these signs, so rather than saying sold it, they'd folded away the D and it said sod it. I think that's quite clever. Although, as you say, it must have taken ages. Imagine the patience of that. Speaking of flyers, I tell you what, if I go in somewhere and flyers are on a counter and they're not straight, I have to pick them up and straighten them. I don't know why, I've always had to do it, and it really bugs me. This morning, though, your question isn't would you straighten flyers, it is what signs have you seen that have either altered themselves or been altered by graffiti or vandal to totally and utterly change their meaning. On air at atomradio.co.uk.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
In the interest of full disclosure, I did look up some of those like messed up signs and that online. And some of the work that some people have done is absolutely amazing. I spotted some of the ones that had been shared, obviously that other people have seen online as well, but some of them are absolutely amazing. My favourite one, though, does remain the slight graffiti on the London Underground: obstruct the doors, be dangerous and cause delay. I know obviously it's everything you shouldn't do on the Underground, but to me it just appealed to my sense of humour, genuinely did. Maybe going back to Thursday and the PAs, perhaps I just need a PA to personally assist me in making signs funnier. I don't know. Maybe it is the way forward. Thank you as always for checking out the podcast. Episode 143 wraps up about now. What I would ask you to do, though, if you haven't already, is subscribe either in your favourite podcast app on your iPhone or on your Android, or indeed if you are on YouTube, you can subscribe as well. And then as if by magic, next Saturday morning when episode 144 drops, you will know about it because a little notification will pop up for you.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Back to the business of waking you up Monday morning through until Friday, 6 until 10 on atomradio.co.uk. Tune in, online radio box, streamer, smart speaker and iTunes Radio.
Atom Radio.